What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to our Interloper tutorial. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and continue to try to dodge the wolves and wildlife and continue to keep ourselves alive in the frozen waste. I'm enjoying myself tremendously. I was a little bit on the fence about doing this, but I really wanted to. I get the itch every now and again to play some Long Dark. It's one of those games that just never gets old for me. I take little breaks from it here and there for a month or two at a time and then come back and check on what they've added and play 40, 50 hours. And it's one of those games that, I've gotten paid back just buku style. I think I got the game, actually, from the developers back in the day. But if I had bought it, it would have paid for itself multiple times over, I suppose. I'm not trying to be illegitimate right now. Actually, so if you're you should always be productive. A big thing for Interloper is that you should always be... I forgot there was toilets over here. Big old scrub move on my part. I didn't even need to boil that water, but I guess we're extra prepared now. There's a couple tricks you can use in order to get your temperature back up. Harvesting curtains is one of them. You're going to need a big supply of cloth as you play the game for repairing your clothing and doing crafting and stuff like that. I would highly recommend that if your temperature ever gets low, just find you some curtains and get to work. If you end up with too much cloth, well, you can just throw it right there on the ground because there will always be more. But for the moment, I don't think we have enough, and so I'm just going to get after it. I think that's about it for this house. Damn, I do not want to go back out into this frozen waste. I want to get into the main building, but I think that wolf is just too close. And I definitely want to get into the hangar. But that wolf is just so close. Hey, another sewing kit. I think they definitely adjusted the item numbers on Interloper. I feel like they must have. Because we have so much stuff right now for Interloper. I keep thinking that I'm playing on Stalker. I keep expecting to find a rifle laying around somewhere. I think they might have nerfed Interloper slightly. I'm going to assume that the wolves are just as deadly as they ever were. Kind of circle around. We'll use the car as a shield if we have to. I'm going to go for it. Let's go for it. There we go. We made it. Don't ever go out the front door of this building. The wolves can attack you while you're in the entrance and exiting animation, and they can get you killed. They will get you murdered, so watch out for that. I found a hunting knife one time on Interloper. It was kind of weird. I guess it was a bug. It's not part of the spawn tables. I looked it up because I had never seen... I've played probably 200 hours of Interloper. I've played a lot of Interloper, all right? I've played a hot mill, maybe 200 hours is a... Maybe that's a little bit of the old hyperbole. But... I played a lot of Interloper, and I was led to believe, oh my god, more matches, dude. What is this Interloper playthrough? Something tells me they adjusted the spawn tables. I would guarantee it at this point. I would bet my life on it. I've never found this many matches in my life as an Interloper. I've never found this many matches in my life on Interloper. That's a note right there on the table. You can read them. They've got a little bit of story for the map if you were into that sort of thing. We can go ahead and take a look just so you can get a rough idea for it. Two more joined us today. Seems their horse really couldn't go any further. One of them's called Sean. He ends up from Ireland. Not quite home, but close enough. Apparently he came here for an acting career. Best thing, though, is that he's got a bag of fruit pastilles that he's going to share just with me. Probably the best, since everybody's so paranoid. The other idiots would probably think he was trying to poison him. I thought it'd be safer this far north, less people and all. Maybe I should try to leave. Alright, we'll go ahead and take that right there. I don't know why he'd come up to Northern Canada for an acting career. Is there a secret Northern Actors Guild that I'm unaware of? You'd think he'd be headed for a warmer climate if that's what he was looking for. Oop, I spy a hacksaw. I spy with my little eye a hacksaw. And that's actually a really, really useful piece of equipment right there. Yep, let's go ahead and grab it. And what we want to do right now is we want to kind of unburden ourselves. We want to find ourselves a base camp location. We want to unburden ourselves in that base camp location. Now, this place is dangerous, And so I've sort of moved away from making my base camp here. This used to be the place where I always made my base camp. And I still do on Stalker. On Stalker, this is probably the best base camp in the game. Probably. Maybe. Sorta. But yeah, just impale the candy bar on there. It won't harm it at all. Don't worry about the wrappings and trappings and all that stuff. It's not going to harm it. It'll be okay. It'll stay extra fresh. That is the nature of hanging hooks. But I think I'm going to change my tune a little bit, and we're actually going to shack up somewhere else once we loot this location. I definitely feel like this is a risky place to be, and I don't... Oh, we got a bandage. Nice. Okay. That'll be helpful. I'll take it. Don't ever go out through the front door. Like I said, don't ever go out through the front door. It's a massive mistake. What can I unload here, though? I'm going to put the bunny furs over here. I'm going to put the gut over here so that I can get my smell down. I'm a little bit stinky at the moment. And then we're kind of just going to put all the other extra stuff in here that I don't have time to disassemble and I don't have time to use. These will give you leather, and leather's kind of rare on Interlopers, so probably a good idea. We'll throw all these sewing kits in here. That's a little bit of weight off of us. We got a lot of water. I don't think we're going to need the storm lantern for a little bit, so the storm lantern can go inside of there. Let me get rid of the unpurified water. We'll put the 2 inside of there. T-shirt, you can be a part of this little cavalcade that we've got going on, too. I don't think I have too many books. The coal is not going to be immediately useful either, so that can go inside of there. Keep the books on me in case I need to burn them. Extra worn plaid shirt right there that nobody's using. We can throw the metal inside of there. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've thrown all the stuff that we're not immediately using inside this right-hand locker. If I forget where it's at, you ever hear me during this playthrough forgetting where I put my stuff? Remind me. Remind me. So far, cars have been fertile territory for me, so let's check some cars. No wolves, which is good. Anything inside of here? Nay. Anything inside of here? No. Nothing inside of there. Well, there's a couple more houses on the other side of the hill right here. On Stalker, all these houses won't be burned down. Like, there'll be more to loot over here. But on Interloper, a lot of the houses are going to end up burned down. Now, I would recommend hitting this place from an angle. Go back out and around and come back because you don't know where the wolves are going to be at. And so you need, like, room to retreat just in case. We don't have any considerable means to fight wolves right now. And so if we end up getting in a little bit of a scuffle or a little bit of a scrum with them, it's not going to work out for us, especially given our present HP. We're going to be hurting these Okay, we know the wolf is right over that hill right there. Indeed he was. So you're getting a little lesson in Wolf Evasion 101. Rule number 1, eye contact. Keep your eye on the wolf. For some reason, to me, it seems like they attack a lot less if you keep direct eye contact. 2, don't try to run away from them in an open field. They'll chase you. It's pointless. Break line of sight is rule number 3. If the wolf can't see you, he goes to your last known position. So you want to break his line of sight, and then you want to sprint to something else that'll break his line of sight when he comes around that line of sight. And hopefully you'll lose him. Wolf 101. Wolf 102, if you're really, really in dire straits, drop a dead rabbit on the ground. Sometimes it's worth it to keep a dead rabbit in your inventory just for that purpose alone, so that if a wolf just starts to get a little bit too close for comfort, well, you can give up your dinner in order to get him up and off of you. It's not a perfect solution, but a rancid rainbow trout, I think I'm going to leave that one right there. Don't eat rotten food in this game. It's not good for you. If you have antibiotics, you might be able to get away with it, but wouldn't recommend it. Wouldn't recommend it. It's a real good way to die. Ain't nothing take away your health in this game like food poisoning. It'll get you real, real fast. If you're looking to lose 25, 35% of your HP very, very rapidly, faster than you can counter it, definitely eat rotten food. That's a great idea. If you have antibiotics or whatever, it gets a little... Oh, we got some more thermals down here. A little bit more water. I don't know if I need this much water, but, like, water is always, like... I don't know, man. Like, I'm kind of feeling a little bit cavalier right now. Like, the increased amount of stuff in this Interloper playthrough has led me to be a little bit, I don't know. I'm not really that worried right now. I feel like we're doing pretty good. I'll go ahead and pass time for an hour to get my heat back up. There we go. So we're nice and warm. That'll also give the wolves some time to move along and forget about us. Please don't attack me. All right, we lucked out. There wasn't a wolf waiting for us right outside here. Good. This guy over here, this deer is looking like the guy I want to visit at the moment. And there's no wolves around. We may be able to get away with this. Alright, so given how many matches we have, I'm going to be a little bit risky about this. I'm going to do some risky business over here. You make the campfire because it keeps wolves away, in case you were wondering. If you make a campfire, wolves won't go near your fire. They automatically go into fear mode and run away from you if they get near to a fire. And so if you're going to be working on a corpse or anything else like that for an extended amount of time, put a fire down just in case they sneak up on you. It'll keep them away from you. Put it at your back. That tends to be the angle they hit you from. Come on. We got actually some pretty good weather right now. I'm pretty happy with the weather at the moment. Hopefully a storm doesn't roll in. If a storm rolls in, we're going to struggle a little bit. But I got enough sticks that I think I can make this work. Let's go ahead and add some fuel. Yep, reclaimed wood. Unload the stick supply because this is going to take us a minute to get done. We got 2 kilos of meat right there, and we got some units of gut. Well, hell. The wind wiped out our fire. Luckily, I caught it. Anytime you do that right there, you should 100% fan the escape key. And the second that you see that the wind is shifting on you, smack that escape key real fast. It'll get you out of trouble. Now we're going to head up the hill. There's a house up here. Don't worry about this ice right here. This ice is perfectly fine. The only time that it's not fine is if you head too far off in that direction or if you head too far off in that direction right there. I'd tell you north, south, east, west, but I don't honestly really know. I haven't been mapping, and so... Sure enough, see that wolf headed over that way? Mm-hmm. Oh, there's a wolf headed this way, too. Lovely. Lovely. Not really what I wanted to deal with right now. But it'll do, pig. It'll do. Oh, he's already, like, on us. I might have made a mistake here. Come on, buddy. Wonder if they changed it so that they can get into these shacks. Just in case they did. Go away. Be cool if we could like hotline Miami and smack him with the door. Just like paste him into the wall. We got some venison right there. That should be dinner. When you cook something, it gets plus 50% or like plus 40% to its durability. And so that should be a solid dinner right there, I'm thinking. This should be all right. That should get us through without having to dive into our stocks. I don't know how I want to handle this. Oh, nope, he's coming back. He's coming back. We may have to use dubious tactics to get ourselves out of this situation. Is there another one on the right? Come on. There we go. I was trying to get him to go into fear mode. If you can trick him into coming close enough to the hut, they'll go into fear mode, although he's running the wrong direction. I was hoping he'd go that way. And he's on us again. Alright. Well, we're going to have to make a long loop right here around the side of the island, but that's okay. Oh, never mind. He's going back to our last location. Nice! Thank you, Wolfie. Thank you for being cooperative. I appreciate it. Now, there's a bear cave right there. Wouldn't recommend going in there. A bear does spawn over here. It's the same bear that's up by the hill over there. If you kill the one up there, it'll stop spawning down here for a little while. Bears come back, I think, every 2 or 3 weeks. But is that bones right there, or is that firewood? Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between the two at a distance. Yeah, we don't have any antibiotics right now, so I'm going to grab some old man's beard while we're in the neighborhood. I hadn't really thought about that. I would have grabbed the old man's beard that we had seen previously if I had kind of thought about it. But having old man's beard can help out a little bit for wounds or anything else that happens if you don't have antiseptic or if you don't have antibiotics. Both items allow you to kind of tank an infection if you need to. The other good news is there should be rabbits up here, so we should be able to spend a decent amount of time up here. That wolf is still down there. Good. I'm going to keep gathering sticks. Yeah, I know. We'll get up and out of here in just a minute, buddy. But we got to spend some time outdoors. We don't really have much of an option. Like, I don't want to get cabin fever. Like, I don't think you can get cabin fever for your first week of survival. But I'd rather not take the chance for right now. There should be rabbits around here somewhere. I don't see them. Nope, there they are. There's one right there. The question is, do I want to mess with rabbits right now? Is it really that necessary? I've already secured my meal for the evening. Yeah, let's go huck a couple rocks at them. Why not? We'll chuck a couple rocks at them. If we fail and we end up not doing very well at the old rock hunting, I'll head on up to shelter real fast. We've got HP to spare. Alright, let's stroll up on this little dude, and then we'll hit him up with the Paleolithic Blicky, and then hopefully we'll be alright. Alright, little buddy. I got real bad... Oh, he turned. You turned, man. You turned. How could you? How could you, bunny? How could you? Ooh, that was a hit. He bugged out. Okay. He's a tough bunny. Apparently, he's got his rock-proof Kevlar on right now. There we go. That was a direct hit. Pow. Right in the kisser. All right. Numero uno. I'm hoping this guy comes back. I don't really want to stray this far from shelter in order to get myself kitted up with some dinner. But...
something's got to go.
Yeah, I know. You're a little overweight right now. Thinking that perfect. If you're having trouble hitting rabbits, just keep working on it. It's kind of intuitive. Like, you gotta do it a lot. Like, I kind of like mentally just see a reticle now. Like, I can't explain to you how I hit rabbits so consistently. You can sneak up on them with crouch, which should get you right into point blank range, and you can just nail them right in the forehead. But I can hit them at a distance, too, if I have to. If I'm just, for whatever reason, geography or whatever else. I can hit them at a distance pretty consistently, too. It's just practice. That's it. Practice makes perfect. You gotta just, like, acclimate to the angle the rock takes when you throw it. And it cuts further to the left the longer the throw is. And so you gotta kind of just get used to it. Like, your character kind of throws crosswise. Like, it goes kind of straight, but it cuts kind of the left the further out it goes. The way some people have talked about it is like, let's say that tree right there is a rabbit. Let's say the bottom of that little gray area right there is the rabbit. You kind of want it to be on the thumb. So you see, like, the curvature of the thumb just past the thumbnail, how there's like a little point where the thumbnail ends. If you go to left of that, there's just a little curvature, and that's kind of what you want to throw for. So basically like a centimeter to the left of where the thumbnail ends is kind of what I use as the reticle. And it seems to work out just fine for me. It took me a while to get there, though. I spent a lot of time throwing rocks very, very ineffectively. So if you don't get it on your first try, don't stress. It took me far longer than I'd like to admit to start hitting rabbits consistently. Practice makes perfect. Anything in here? Let's go through this stuff. What you got for me? Nada? Nothing? Newsprint? Okay. I don't think this place has a cooking fire, unfortunately. Kind of wish that it did, but such is life. If you've got a hacksaw, you can break down stuff like the toaster for scrap metal. Something to keep in mind. You're going to want to have, I think, 13 or 14 scrap for making a knife, for making a hatchet, and for making some arrowheads once we get to that portion of our little playthrough. But that's kind of like on the horizon. That's not really something. Ooh, Aquapure tablets. I didn't know that you could get those in Interloper. I had thought that those were off the loot tables for Interloper, but I guess not. That's okay. If we get ourselves into a dire situation where I really need to boil off some water like right now, those tablets will take care of us. They're basically just iodine tablets. Nothing too special. Anything in this cabinet? Nay. Always look underneath the chairs and in these little lower areas of cabinets. Sometimes you'll find items kind of squirreled away on the lower level. Hey, is that free herbal tea? Oh my god. I love me some herbal tea. I'm trying to get my health back up too. If we can get back up to 100% status, then I can start to play really, really reckless. I can play like an absolute psychopath once we get to that point. What do we got going on here? Ooh, a little Summit soda right there. All right, sounds good. Potable water source right there. I don't know if I want more water. We have so much water all. Oh, we got antibiotics too. Nice, dude. Yeah, we don't really have to worry about a whole lot right now. We're in a pretty good situation. Let's harvest some of these bunnies up real quick before we go. The hacksaw, it should go a tiny bit quicker. Not much quicker, but a little bit.
I think I need to lay down.
I think you need to lay down too. I think laying down's a real good idea right about now. The energy level's looking not so great, but we got to make dinner. If we don't make dinner, we're going to be a little bit hangry. I may actually eat all this meat tonight so that tomorrow we don't have to worry about our hunger meter. I can always get more rabbits. Like I don't really care about meat resources in this game. I tend to be pretty crazy with my meat resources. Hey, there you go. There you go. I thought I had a book in here somewhere. Well, hell. I'm gonna burn the sewing primer. I don't use books for research. I just use them for burning. I don't see the point. Like, if you're reading a book, that means you're probably stuck indoors, which means you're probably generating cabin fever. So I don't tend to worry about it too much. I kind of just handle my business and do my thing. Perfect.
Turned out pretty well.
We're going to throw them sticks in there, and then we're going to cook that up. And we're going to cook this guy up right here. There we go. Damn it! The wind is changing direction on a lark right now, and it's beginning to frustrate me. It's changing direction real fast, which is not a thing that happens in real life. It's one of those. It's been one of my complaints about the long dark for a while, is that fires change direction on you. Not a fan. Well, damn, we're going to have to burn all the books. It's going to be a real librarian-related tragedy out here, but it's going to have to happen. I don't have any sticks left, I don't think, so we might not be able to cook dinner tonight. We may have to eat off of our stocks, which sucks. I don't want to. I don't want to. Not really. Trying to drop that right there. We're going to lose a little bit of our cold meter here. That's okay. I can live with it. And that's dinner right there. We got 25 minutes left on the fire. Ah, not long enough. Not long enough. Let me see if I can dig up a stick or something over here. If I can dig up a couple sticks, we'll be alright. There we go. Cool. All the dinner you could want in one heaping helping. We are super sleepy right now, though, so that kind of sucks. And I think took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to take. Oh, it's halfway through the night right now. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. You ever stayed up just in love with meat till midnight? Just being excited about the meat and the prospects thereof? All right, let's go ahead and get some dinner in us. Where'd that venison run off to on me? Hey. Looks good. Drink on up. And I'll grab the water out of the turlet. Just to sort of restock. Come along, cistern water. You're coming with me. All right. And so we got that done. The last thing we need to do is we need to drink our sleepy time tea. Sleepy time tea will get us going so that we heal up nice and fresh for the morrow. And let's go. Let's crash out. It's not sounding like the best day outside. Actually, the weather sounds like it subsided. Good. Absolutely fantastic. My name is Splattercat. This is The Long Dark, where we're doing a little bit of an Interloper playthrough, where I'm sort of teaching you how to play on Interloper difficulty, although to me it seems like they nerfed it, and so it might be a lot easier. I might be teaching you tricks that you don't necessarily need. I don't know. We'll keep on going, though. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for stopping on by. How you do, everybody?